Thank you. Hi, Christophe.
Hi. So, how long have you been working for the protection of the environment?
5 years. Okay, 5 years I become aware of the problem in the environment starting in America, and it was in Ventura, actually, near Los Angeles, where I was living. I was living on a boat at that time, and I was living by the sea. And then what I saw made me do something about the environment.
So now, Avalon?
What was the thing that you saw that made you decide to fight against pollution?
One day I was walking on the beach. The name of the beach is Hollywood Beach. It is a very well-known beach because it's not in Hollywood. It's actually an hour from Hollywood driving, and it's called Hollywood Beach because back in the day, in 1930, etc., all the stars were living there on the sand with beautiful houses, and Gary Grant and all these kind of people, maybe don't know them, but and then that's why it's called Hollywood Beach. So the particularity of this beach is there is a lot of sand in the front, and then there is really nobody. On this beach, it's just people don't go to the beach over there because the water is cold. And I try to tell you that for a reason. It's because nobody cleaned the trash, okay, on that particular beach. So that's why the trash have the tendency to stay there, all right? And then I was just walking, and then suddenly I find some pieces of plastic and pieces of trash or rubbish, whatever you name it. And then I even find a bag, and then I start to put stuff in the bag. And half an hour later, I have the bag full of trash. And I was like realizing, where this trash is coming. There is nobody on the beach, so where is it coming from? And so I started to do some research because I was concerned about that. And I find out that the rubbish wasn't coming from the people who were trashing the plastic on that particular beach, but from everywhere in the world.
Why did you want to film this documentary? What was your goal?
Make a change. You see, today people are busy, try to make money, try to raise a family, pay their mortgage, have a house, have a home, go to their goal. And we are so busy that we don't realize that in the same time we are trashing what we try to preserve. We are destroying what is there for the future generation, for you, for your kids, for the kids of your kids. And it takes some time to just sit down and watch what is really happening. And I guess not a lot of people have that time. But if you take the time and do the research to see the evolution of the destruction of the planet, it is going at an exponential rate, which means that this problem is going to be your problem, the next generation. This problem is going to be a very, very, very important problem for your kids. And our responsibility here is to do something about it. And the best way to do something about it is to do a film. I don't know. I know how to do film. I did many documentaries before, working as a sound engineer, as a studio engineer, production engineer, etc., etc. So it was easy to use my talent to do that. But the goal is not just to do a film and say, oh my God, I'm a good filmmaker. What? No. I would prefer staying, on my land and just enjoy life. But actually, I can't. Why? Because I know. So there is a double problem when you know something is you have to take responsibility for it, meaning you have to do something about it. And that knowledge I have to pass on to everybody. You see, this is what I saw. This is what is happening. You don't see it because it's far away into the ocean. But there is science, and if we don't read the science, then it's going to be too late. You understand?
What were your emotions and feelings while filming?
Well, the more I was digging, the more I was researching, the more I became aware of the importance, the seriousness, the craziness of what we are doing as a human race. Okay? So, again, you know, I come back to that, but knowledge, knowledge is good, but in the same time it's bad because you will have to take responsibility when you have the knowledge, you know. If you don't know anything about anything, that you're fine, you know. But now when you start to know what is bad and what, you know, you have to do something about it, you know. So my emotion, I was very becoming angry. And very angry. You know, like, we are destroying this planet, and I'm not sure we have another one, do we? Do we have another one? Not sure about that. Some people think, you know, we have another place to live, but no, I mean, you know, this place is beautiful, and if we don't preserve it, then what? It's a good question to ask yourself. What?
How many countries did you visit for the film?
Well, for that film, I didn't go too far because it was the North Pacific Gyre that we're, you know, exploring, let's say. We went to Hawaii. The reason why Hawaii is America anyway, because there was actually a very interesting location in Hawaii that needed some filming, and this location is called Camilo Beach. It's on the big island in Hawaii, and this particular point, actually, with the wind and the currents, bring all the plastic from all over the North Pacific Gyre. Okay, you have to understand there is 5 gyre in the world. Okay, 5 gyre. One is in the North Pacific, one in South Pacific, one in India, and 2 in the Atlantic, North Atlantic and South Atlantic. So basically, we were just capturing, you know, the effect and what was happening in the North Pacific Gyre, which is actually the biggest one. Okay, the size of the plastic, of the trash that is swirling into the ocean, the size of it is, you know, the size of half of America. I don't think you realize how big it is, but maybe you have multiplied this island size by 1,000. Okay, that's the size of it. Maybe more, bigger than that. Okay, so that was the country I visited. Later on, I did also some other. When I traveled to do another film, I was doing a film about health and a film about the nuclear radiation. I had to visit a lot of more countries, and of course, I saw plastic as well in those countries, especially in Majuro, in Marshall Island, where people don't clean anything. So you can see exactly what is, and it's dirty, it's disgusting. And you go to Bali, it's the same thing. There's some places people don't care about it. You go to India, you go to, I mean, you name it. Everywhere in the world you have places where there is trash, and we don't know what to do with it because it doesn't biodegrade. See, the difference between degradation and biodegradation is biodegradation, it goes back to the earth. Meanwhile, the degradation is just go where? Somewhere in the landfill or somewhere. So did I answer your question? Yeah? Okay.
Thank you. That's it.
Among those you visited, which country was the most polluted and where were you the most shocked?
Well, it's difficult to answer this question because I didn't visit all the countries in the world. However, just so you know, in America, we do beach cleanup all the time. Beach cleanup. Here now you start in Vanuatu as well. Okay, well, this is very good to do beach cleanup. In the same time, how do you use the trash to raise this issue to other people? So let's say you go to a beach and they say, wow, you know, it's pristine, a pristine beach. People are talking about the trash. Where is it? I don't see it. Well, of course, a team of volunteers just cleaned it yesterday. You know, so that's the, okay, so what do? Do we leave the trash or do we take it? Or maybe we leave the trash, we take a film, we do a film and we show to the people and we clean it. Well, actually that should be the best way. So I saw trash in America, I saw trash in India, I saw trash in Bali, in Sri Lanka, Philippines, my God. Taiwan less, Japan less, you know, I mean everywhere. Now it depends of how let's say, how green the country is. In France, for instance, we are what can be considered as a green country, America as well. But in the same time, you know, the plastic goes somewhere, and we remove it from the beach to go where? See, this is all a problem. Okay, yeah, we clean it, but where it goes? In the landfill? It doesn't disappear. Plastic is here for thousands of years. So what do we do with it? This product has been invented as a convenience, right?
Do you think Vanuatu is polluted?
I think Vanuatu is start to be polluted. Okay, this is a small country. This is a country where we don't even talk about organic food. Everything is organic here. You know, this is a chance for people to have this country. They probably don't realize how much a chance it is to live here and to not have anything polluted. The water is clean. I mean, you know, the food is clean. Of course, if you buy junk food, you have the possibility as well. But I mean, all the fruit and vegetable, you know, this is just grow like this, you know. So this country have a chance to make a change now, before we get into a problem so big that we will not know what to do with it. I know there is a landfill as well, full of plastic. I didn't see it yet, but I intend to see it. And people should be aware of that. Now, also here, you have trash coming from other countries. It's not, the trash that you have here is not only coming from Vanuatu. And you have to realize that. It's like a worldwide effort. It's not just us. We are living in the same bathtub, you know. Everything you trash here go to Australia and vice versa, you know, because of the currents. You will find, I mean, if you go to Devil's Point, for instance, you will see there is trash coming. It's not all coming, and you can see the label. It's not all coming from here. This is amazing.
Did you go to a garbage patch? If so, what did you feel?
I didn't go to the garbage patch. I'm going to tell you why. I wanted to go, but I had to pay $50,000 that I didn't have. And nobody was really willing to help me on that, which is actually very interesting, even people who were into this matter. But you have to understand that to freight a boat to go there, it costs the gas you have to pay, the crew, the captain, because it's not just a trip like you just go there. It's like 2 days. No, it's like actually 3 weeks, two to 3 weeks, depending on the wind, to go there, and come back the same thing. So basically, it's a month and a half trip. So I didn't go there, but I interviewed Captain Moore. How many of you guys have seen the film I made? All right, awesome. Well, you remember Captain Moore, right? Well, Captain Moore, he's the one who went there 3 to 4 times, okay? And he came back with footage. So I just interviewed him and took the footage, all right? Again, the feeling I have when I saw it on video was that it seems to be okay. You know, it seems to be really okay. You are in the ocean and there is some trash here, okay. 1 mile later, you have some trash over there. It's okay, right? It's not an island. But in fact, it's a very big problem because the ocean, what is concentrated, like he was explaining, what is concentrated on the ocean have nothing to compare with the land. What is concentrated on land is not concentrated, you know, in the ocean because the ocean is so big. But concentration in the ocean will be 1 mile a piece of plastic and another mile another piece of plastic. That is concentrated. Okay, you understand that, huh?
Why did you choose to make the film in English?
Well, I did the film in English because I was living in America. Distributor was in America. I don't know. It was easier to do it in English. And plus, you know, there is more people talking in English around the world anyway. So the film can be seen in India, I mean, pretty much everywhere where people talk both languages. That's why.